For centuries, corn has been a staple crop for Mesoamerica. It is the miracle crop that led to the growth of agrarian civilizations throughout the continent. Given its importance as a crop, it is no surprise that there are countless iterations of maize gods throughout many of these cultures. In this video, we will be analyzing 3 different art pieces depicting maize gods from different cultures. Our first example is the modified Celt pendant with incised motifs from unknown Olmec artists dating from 900 to 600 BCE, made out of jadeite. This Celt was most likely used for rituals that involved impersonating the deity. The use of jadeite is very intentional, as this brilliant green stone was generally associated with maize, given its resemblance of young green corn. On his hand, there is a rectangle that is surrounded by other rectangles that could be an example of a quincunx. There are many different iterations of this symbol used in Olmec art that represented the 5 directions. This god is depicted with a corn rising from his head, signifying growth. It could also be interpreted as a reference to the Olmec seeing the tearing of the corn from the stalk to be reminiscent of decapitation. It can be argued that the intention of the emerging corn from the head was to depict the god as the entire plant itself, as the corn ears were associated with the head, and thus leading us to interpret the rest of the body as the stalk. Our second example is the brasero of Chicomecuatl, from unknown Aztec artists dating circa 1500 CE, made from clay ceramic. Chicomecuatl is one of the main deities in Aztec mythology. She was one of the gods of corn throughout the pantheon and was known as the giver of life. This striking art piece makes use of geometric shapes. The choice of making the skirt of the goddess have straight lines to match the shape of the headdress gives the brazier an overall cuboid form. The 4 corn cobs that the goddess holds near her face indicate her association with the crop. The corn cobs are varying colors to reference the diversity in corn. We can see the remnants of pigment throughout the brazier: white, black, red, and blue. These colors were commonly used for portraying the gods. The cloud and fork shapes on the side represent flame clouds. This brazier was one of several that were used for burning incense. According to the Florentine Codex, the festival dedicated to this goddess and several other maize gods in the pantheon would include child sacrifice. Our last example is a whistle with the maize god emerging from a flower, by unknown Mayan artists dating to 600 to 900 CE, made of ceramic. This whistle portrays the human-like maize god appearing from a ripe corn. He is adorned with a headdress, ear spools, and a necklace. He is portrayed as having features that appealed to the Mayan beauty standard. Corn silk on his head represents thick hair, which was associated with richness as well as fertility. Sturdiness of the stalk, perhaps representing strength. The green and blue of the leaves, which you might be able to see here, also representing fertility and opulence. The Mayan maize god was seen as ideal in terms of physicality. His human-like form emerging from the corn could also be in reference to the story that man were made by the gods using corn dough. It also represents the rebirth of this god during the sowing season. Whistles such as these were used in rituals for calling upon deities. This has been my presentation. Thank you. Have a good day.